Let me feel your love again. 'Cause I've been running round in circles, screaming out your name. Take me to a different place. Just the two of us and we can stay up all night.
Hi sweet friends, and welcome back. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Justina. In this video, I'm going to show you how we totally transform the look of our built-in bookcases in our formal living room using removable wallpaper. One of the hottest decor trends that is re-emerging in 2020 and beyond is wallpaper. Yes, you heard me right. Wallpaper is back. But this is not your grandmother's wallpaper. Removable wallpaper, also known as peel and stick wallpaper, is one of the most innovative new trends in interior design. It's eco-friendly and non-toxic because it does not involve glue, it's easy to install, and it's affordable. And of course, as the name suggests, it also is removable, so you can put it in your home whether you own or rent. My husband built these built-in bookcases that you see behind me 10 years ago when we moved into our home. It was his very first major build, and I think he did an incredible job. Of course, over time, paint begins to fade and things start to need a little bit of freshening up. So when 2020 came along, I knew that I wanted to bring them into the next decade. At first, I thought I was just going to repaint them white and then paint the backs white, but I wanted to do something different, unexpected, and I've always wanted to add wallpaper to our home. I did a lot of research online about removable wallpaper, and I thought it would look really cool to add removable wallpaper to the backs of either side of our DIY built-in bookcases. I looked at so many different companies, and I have to say, I was having a hard time finding a pattern that I really liked. I wanted it to look like real wallpaper, and I wanted it to look expensive even though I had a budget. So when I found this wallpaper print that you see behind me, I was so excited because everything I had envisioned in my mind was here in this wallpaper. So I looked the company up on Instagram, of course, and I saw that they're based in Australia. The name of the company is Edge Wall Art, and if you love East Asian art or chinoiserie, bold geometrical patterns, you will love Edge Wall Art. So I was going to write them a message on Instagram asking them about international shipping when I saw that they had a story up about open collaborations. So I reached out to Edge Wall Art, and I am so happy and thankful to say that they were very enthusiastic and open to working with me. They sent me this wallpaper that you see behind me, and I told them that I would create a DIY tutorial step-by-step video on how to install it. I hope this video gives you some ideas on how you can transform your bookcases, maybe gets you thinking about different ways that you can use wallpaper in your home. I hope this video shows you what an innovative product it is, and if you're interested in giving removable wallpaper a try in your own home, I have a coupon code for you linked below for 10% off if you would like to purchase through Edge Wall Art. Now really quickly before we begin, I just want to mention to you guys that it does take 2 people to install removable wallpaper. You have to work as a team. This is something that my husband and I were able to do together, and we were able to do this while my 2-year-old son was screaming, pulling at our legs, and trying to climb the ladder. So if we were able to do this project, I think you'll be able to do it too. Alright guys, with all that said, let's get started into the step-by-step tutorial, and then I'll also show you the big reveal. When our wallpaper arrived, it was wrapped so securely. It comes with 2 holders so you can stand it upright, and it also comes with the installation guide. These step-by-step instructions are so thorough, and I would suggest following these instructions as best as you can. No one else makes me feel this way. Along with the installation guide, you're also going to get this handy little tool, and this is going to help you smooth out your wallpaper, adhere it to the wall, and make sure you don't have any bumps or lumps. So before you get started, whether you're doing bookshelves or if you're just doing a wall, you want to make sure you start with a clean slate. So I'm taking down everything off the bookshelves, I'm removing the shelves themselves, and I'm cleaning them. And it's very important that you start with a nice clean surface and a smooth surface. In addition to smoothing out any imperfections in your wall to the best of your ability, you also want to fill in any holes or smooth out any cracks. Fortunately, we only had 4 small nail holes, so we were able to fill those in with some putty and then sand it.
When you turn the wallpaper panels around, you're going to see that they're numbered, and it also tells you where the top is. And you want to take that first panel and just fit it into your surface so you see how it's going to look, make sure it's straight, and once you have the wallpaper panel properly positioned, you want to start at the top left corner, unpeel your wallpaper, and stick it into that corner. To me, this was the most difficult part because I wanted to make sure that I got it right. This first stick kind of sets the tone for the rest of the application, so you want to make sure that you're careful and fitting it in properly just where it's supposed to go. You want to peel off the rest of the backing across the top only, and using your applicator tool and working from left to right, you want to start smoothing the wallpaper onto your wall. And if the back of the wallpaper somehow becomes stuck to the front of the wallpaper, just pull it off in a firm, quick motion. You don't want to be rough with it, but it's not a problem, it's not a disaster, just pull it off. So working on adhering the wallpaper to the wall, going across and down, reach underneath the wallpaper and start pulling the backing of the wallpaper down. This is where it's helpful to have a teammate working with you. One person can be gradually pulling the backing off of the wallpaper from the bottom, and the other person can be using the applicator, as I am here, to smooth and adhere the wallpaper to the wall, taking out any bubbles as you go along. So here you see a really good view of how you reach underneath to pull the backing away from the wallpaper, revealing the sticky surface, and then go over it with the applicator to make sure it's nice and smooth and evenly adhered. Now the reason why my husband didn't help me with this part is because our 2-year-old son was having a fit and he was attending to him. And also, I really did not have a problem doing it myself. I found it to be sufficiently challenging but not difficult. And I have to say that as I saw my vision coming to life, it made the project even more enjoyable. One of the great things about Edge Wall Art is that they customize your wallpaper for your space. You send them your dimensions, you send them a picture of your space, and they will customize the pattern and the size to fit the wall or the project that you're doing. Give me all your love. Now, as you can see, we do have some excess paper on that right-hand side, and that's because our home was built over 60 years ago. So that's something to keep in mind. If you have an older home, your walls are probably uneven. And so if you have some excess paper, you just trim it using an X-Acto knife, and it comes off very easily.
Are you enjoying this video? If so, please remember to give this video a thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell and join our YouTube family.
So here's one side of our built-in bookcases, all trimmed up, ready to go, and I'm so happy with how this turned out. I think it looks really great. And our little guy was really happy too because he could finally get in on the action. So now I'm going to show you a little workaround that we figured out when we ran into trouble with the other side of the built-in bookcases. We had forgotten how uneven this wall actually is, and my husband, at the time he was building these built-in bookcases, had to make for a lot of allowances so it looked visually straight. But the bookshelves on this side actually are not straight if you take a ruler to them, and not only that, there's some big gaps. When we started out on this side, we had to overcompensate in that top left corner, because if we didn't, the pattern on the wallpaper would have looked crooked. So what that meant is because we had to overcompensate on the top left, we didn't quite have enough wallpaper when we got to the bottom right corner. Using some of the excess wallpaper, I cut a few strips and lined up the pattern so that it matched perfectly. It took a little bit of effort to do this and some close work, but really it was a great troubleshoot for this particular problem. So keep that in mind, guys, especially if you have an older home. You might want to add a couple inches on each side of your measurements so that you can allot for uneven walls. But as you can see, and especially from a distance, you can't even tell. I am absolutely delighted with how this project turned out, and I think it really elevated the style in our formal living room.
I just wanna look into your eyes. You know you make me feel like I'm alive. You are.
Alright guys, that about wraps it up. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing to join our YouTube family. If you have any questions about the process or patterns, please leave them in the comments box below. And also guys, let me know in the comment section what you think about wallpaper. Yay or nay? Thanks so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!